It's right around 9:20 a.m. on Tuesday, October 17th. Um, I had a bit of a sleepless night and still had to wake up early because there's always a bunch of fires to put out, and I'm always playing defense. So I have to do a lot of goal keeping and defense uh, activities. So this is my best friend right now. These Dunkin' Donuts individual serve coffees. As I mentioned in the past, I can't purchase jars of instant coffee or coffee grounds anymore because when I do, somebody keeps managing to get into this unit somehow, either when I'm out for the day or when I'm down the hall for a few minutes with the door unlocked. They get in here and they tamper with my coffee because they know that that's what I drink every day and I need it to get going and to get stuff done. So I started getting really sick from drinking coffee from open jars, jars of coffee grounds and instant coffee. About 6 months ago, when I was working full time on a temporary research project and had to be at work every single morning by 8 a.m., the coffee that I was drinking back then started making me really sick first thing in the morning. And I was like, no, there's something wrong with the coffee. It's not me. So as soon as I switched to these individual sealed single serve coffee drinks, I stopped getting sick from drinking coffee because they're sealed and nobody can really tamper with them unless they try really hard to get into the cap or something. So this is my best friend. It's already 9:20 a.m. and I've already sent 5 emails and made a phone call. And I'm just going to keep going. But the coffee just really gave me this insane boost right now. Over the last 10 minutes, I've been sipping it. And I'm having a great morning so far. I've heard from a couple of friends, actually, sent a few emails already, and made a business phone call, taking care of my finances. And today is going to be a great day. I have a lot going on. I'm pretty good at playing defense because I've had to do it for so long. So I know exactly what I need to do. And there was a lot of disruption from the surrounding units at around 1 a.m. last night. The creep in 88 was blasting super, super loud video game soundtrack. And then the nut job directly below in 76 at the same time started blasting really loud music so that it was like a freaking nightclub in here at 1 a.m. Thankfully, when I moved in here, my dad actually, he's such a hero. Dads often are. When you have a good dad, you have a good dad. My dad's always been very responsible towards his family, and he's always provided very well for us, worked 90 hours a week for, 40 years, basically, providing for us, paying for our college, everything, travel expenses, vacations, things like that. My mom never had to work unless she wanted to, and she did a great job of taking care of us at home. But when I moved in here, my dad physically nailed some soundproof foam against that wall right there. 2 inches worth of soundproofing foam actually does make a difference. So even though the creep in 88 tries really, really hard to be disruptive and loud whenever he can, the sound is muted by the fact that my dad, bless him, nailed 2 inches of soundproofing foam all over that wall. And that's why there's a sheet covering the panels of soundproofing foam. My dad's an engineer by trade, and he knows how to do stuff like that. So the super loud blasting music from 88 didn't really bother me last night. And the creep directly below, he tries really hard to be disruptive as well. But because this floor has a lot more insulation, there's a lot more insulation between floors in this building than there are between walls. It was also kind of muffled and I didn't really hear it that much last night. So I'm basically, insulated from these nut job creeps who have nothing going on and have a lot of aggression issues and violence issues towards women. That's probably why they've been placed in this building, even though this building is supposed to be for people who have jobs and have, functional lives. But apparently management has started placing violent thugs and career sex offenders in the units around mine. That's convenient, isn't it? What a strange coincidence. I wonder why they did that. Let's think about that for a second. Why is this building supposedly for people who actually have functional lives and jobs, but then Greenville management has chosen to place chronically unemployed, psychotically dysfunctional sex offenders in all three adjacent units to mine, they're permitting the sex offender, psychopath, and cybercriminal named Jasmine Irizarry to continually access the bathroom of the vacant unit, Unit 78, that's directly behind that wall right there. They've placed a malignant, super aggressive, dysfunctional sex offender in Unit 88. And the guy before him was a dysfunctional sex offender as well, M. Collins. He's in the Massachusetts Sex Offender Registry as a sex offender. And then they've had a series of career thugs directly below in 76, both of which over the last 3 years have come up to my door and violently pounded on it with metal rods. 2 separate people have done this from Unit 76 directly below. So they put violent thugs directly below in 76, who are also too mentally disturbed to do much of anything other than just get violent constantly in the unit directly below mine. So again, coffee, right? So when the violent thugs all around you and career criminals and sex offenders are getting all disruptive at 1 a.m., this is your best friend.